Hill Country CASA proudly provides trained, court-appointed CASA guardian ad litem volunteers for every child in foster care in Kerr, Kendall, Bandera, and Gillespie counties.
And it was an outside kind of sidewalk restaurant, and I remember walking up and you and Kaleigh were sitting on a picnic bench and the CPS worker was there. And I looked at Kaleigh and she had these just big alligator tears in her eyes, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And it was basically her saying goodbye to you. Do you remember that? And Michelle, it's okay if you, but I remember you saying to me that you were so numb, you didn't remember a lot of that, but I remember her 6th grade, 11 years old, and she got up and she wrapped her long old legs around your waist and wouldn't let go of you. And I remember the CPS worker saying, Jeannie, would you go kind of help Kaleigh? And I was like, oh. And you know, let go of Kaleigh and you got in the car and you went away. And I said, Kaleigh, let's just go take a walk. And you're right, Kaleigh. You went and got a cookie, and you said to me, and it's something that you said to me for the next 4 years off and on, you said, what's gonna happen to me? And I said, I don't know. I didn't know.
Planning for permanency begins the moment a child is removed from their home and placed in substitute care. This planning does not end until a child exits CPS conservatorship. If a parent cannot provide a safe and stable home for their child, the child may face permanent foster care until an adoptive family is found.
Her mother was having issues with alcohol and had had issues with alcohol for some time. And Kaleigh was the front row spectator to that lifestyle. And she was removed after her mother received another violation for drinking while driving.
You're never going to see her again. Your rights are terminated. She's up for adoption. Let it go. Yeah. Let her go. I even had my parents telling me that you have to let her go. And I said, this is my child. I don't care where she is. I'm not letting her go.
In the foster care system, it became very apparent to me that Kaleigh did not want to be adopted.
Okay, and that was another really loud and clear message that Kaleigh gave me from the start was, I do not want to be adopted.
Their voice can get drowned out in the other voices, the voices of the parents, of the department, of the court-appointed special advocate, any other family members that may want to come forward, and the court. That child needs to have a voice, needs to be able to communicate to the court and the other parties what they want. And as the attorney ad litem, your role is not to tell the child what's best for the child. That's the guardian ad litem's job. Your role as the attorney ad litem is to advocate for that child.
The path for children in long-term foster care is often long and difficult, with no clear resolution apparent. Being a true voice for the child requires a never-quit attitude and an openness to non-conventional resolution. The CASA's advocacy for these children is imperative to ensure their long-term health, safety, and success.
Really, I felt the entire time I was in care that you and, Amy and Bobby were really the only ones that actually listened to what I was saying.
Her mother, to her credit, recognized right off the bat, I've got a problem, I need to fix my problem. And she unfortunately was incarcerated due to the offense. And if you talk to her, and I have a relationship with Michelle that I would consider good, that's the best thing that ever happened to her. And now she's in a situation where she's much better than she ever was, and she's clean and sober, and she's a different person, and a person I'm glad to know.
And something happened. Something happened along the way, and it changed my entire life. And it set me up for my job at Avery's. It set me up for a lot of changes that I made internally. And in that aspect, it changed everything in my life, which opened a door to get her back.
And Kaleigh got to go home. And it was really, really awesome the day this case was dismissed, and she and her mom knew that they were going to get to live together again, and that things were going to be okay. And I think the biggest takeaway from that with Kaleigh was she had always insisted, I know I can't be with my mom right now, but one day I'll be able to be with her again. One day she'll be over all this stuff and she'll be better, and I'll go back and live with her. And she was right.
I'm home, I'm happy, I'm with my mom. That's all I could really ask for, honestly.
Kaleigh, could you think back 4 years ago? Can you believe that you're sitting here able to say that?
I didn't think I was going to be able to, honestly.
If it wasn't for Bobby, and if it wasn't for you, and if it wasn't for CASA fighting for her and fighting for her rights, knowing that she wanted to come home and that it was the right thing for her to do after, and I need to emphasize this, after seeing the change in me when I came home, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. When the judge said case closed and I gave her a hug in that courtroom, it was over. It was over. You know, y'all have all the power to change a child's life.
And CASA is that's gonna really help with it, I feel like, because you were there for me more than anybody else. Every child has a chance. It's you know.
Hill Country CASA provides every child a chance to live a safe, fulfilling, and promising life with the family they deserve. With your support, we will continue to work tirelessly to provide a CASA volunteer for every child in care.